Come 300 up like a Spartan. Balenciaga in tartan. The waiter begging my pardon. I'm in Paris, Le Manger. Remember back.
Alright, what's good, YouTube? On my way home, shout out to the boys at the gym. You know, it's nice to get a compliment here and there. I just sat there chatting with them a bit, just saying they just started the gym, so they just complimented me, saying I look good. It's really cool. But besides that, I wanted to talk about this concept of loneliness and being alone. So what I've came to realize is I'm very comfortable being alone, and I don't feel lonely. I don't. Occasionally I do, of course. Obviously, I'm only human, so I can't, like, I'm not gonna, sorry, excuse me, I'm not gonna, like, put it down to, like, oh yeah, I'm some tough ass dude who never feels lonely. Like, I do, for sure. But as of lately, I realized I try to shut myself off from other people, and it helps me develop this self-efficiency where I can work by myself really well. And obviously, like, it does need, it's like kind of like a, you know how you start a car, like with the jump start, you know, so, like, social interaction always just gives me that little boost back into ideal work. But as of recently, I tried to say the least, work with somebody, not business, just like work, and it doesn't feel like it goes my way. So that kind of just amplified other insecurities within myself, where it's making me feel really shitty on a consistent basis. And honestly, like, I'm very open about my emotions, especially when I work, because since I am quite alone, like, I do have very few friends, where my friends I do have are the best friends in the world, but the friends I do, like, it's not in abundance, to say the least. So there is that effect. But with that in mind, what that allows me to do is work for prolonged periods of times and have these very sudden, or one second, I'm turning this on, these sudden changes where they've been developed over a long period of time, but nobody sees it happening because it's just so quiet in my life, where I'm not going out, I'm not doing that much. Like, in the last month, I've maybe went out with like, friends wise, I've been out, me and my boy hit the gym together. I don't know if you'd count that as the gym, like, as something, but like, actually going out, I don't think I've went out this month. I probably went out once last month too. Like, it's not even, and that was like by myself too last month. I didn't even go out with people. So I don't go out that often, which is kind of depressing in of itself. But with that in mind, I also don't have that distraction where I can work consistently. And when these things push you into these areas where, what am I fucking saying? I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I don't know. I got in, short form is, I got into this really bad mood where my insecurities were amplified temporarily, and it felt like I had a lack of ambition. Like, there's this, I like Dorian Yates's, like, way of saying it. Like, there's almost this fire, like, burning within inside you, and if you don't do it, you're gonna have, like, a lot of issues. Like, the only thing you can do is do the thing, and it feels like that. And I work a few hours a day on it at the minimum. But for this past weekend, and this, like, today, I'm trying to get back into it. So I've, like, a few hours, yeah, but not as significant as, like, before the weekend. I'm working towards this goal. And I don't know, this weekend really, like, wiped me. Like, someone, like, almost extinguished my fire, so to say. And it's almost like, if anything, they put a product, like something that would stop fires from forming. Like, it was almost like I was getting smothered. But I don't know, I'm working on fixing it, like, trying to get back into a routine, because I do really like a routine. That's my favorite thing. And I was looking on the internet at this one person, and they were talking about how routine is so peaceful, like, knowing that you have the opportunity to, like go see your family, go to the gym at the same time, do all these things consistently at a set time. That is actually a luxury. And I do leverage that every single day. I love that luxury. I trade in the morning, do my trade recap, post a YouTube video usually, or I'll post the YouTube video after I come back from the gym, or after my trading, I'll YouTube or go to the gym, then YouTube video. And then today I played, I honestly, I'm using video games to, like, wind down a little bit, just because I don't play video games often. And playing it with my little brother low-key helps when I, like, how I'm feeling. Like, it just kind of takes my mind off of it. But I don't play video games often, but, like, today I played video games. Low-key, today was just, like, a degenerate day almost. Like, traded. I didn't take a trade. I showed you guys the mock-up trade just because I didn't get my entry model, but it would have been the trade I would have taken. I was just missing 2 pieces of the puzzle that were interchangeable today. I was missing a tap into EQ or a inverse fair value gap. Either or I would have taken, just because we did touch a 5-minute gap instead of tapping into EQ, which is still valid, but I did need a EQ hit to enter off of a breakup or a breakdown, or an inversion if I didn't get an EQ hit. But I got none of those, so I didn't take the trade. It's actually, if anything, a W psychology day, just because W psychology day, just because I followed all my rules. I didn't take a trade, even though I literally had one that would have played out. Why? Because I have a system and I know the system works when I follow it. So why am I trying to ruin it over some bullshit? But yeah, I don't know. I just feel almost like mentally, I'm not unstable in the sense of like I'm sporadic and like erratic as a whole. Like I will go fucking yell at somebody in the gym. I just feel like I'm out of a routine and I'm not structured as I used to be. So I want to get back into it, as well as, I don't know, a lot of different things on my mind. But yeah, there's always, I also feel like I'm in this, I also know, no, I don't feel, I know I'm in this state because of the way my life is. I won't lie, I'm not where I want to be whatsoever, and that causes me to be in this state of like almost like depression. Like it technically speaking, I have the symptoms of depression. I hate saying that word too, just because I believe in depression, just not in the way people believe in it. I believe that people experience depression because their life is not exactly how they want it to be, and in turn that causes them to be upset within themselves. And often people get trapped within the thought of, well, I can't do this because of XYZ. I'm gonna fucking sit here and load around. That's not the, I hate using the word depression, because the idea of depression is almost like you're a victim, which is not true. Nobody's really a victim of depression, I believe. I believe everybody can change their lives for the better when you choose to. And there's always prospective lessons that you do have to learn. And unfortunately, but the better part of life is it's not supposed to be great in the bottom. Like every billionaire or every millionaire who I've talked to, like they don't all, like, obviously when I'm talking to them, I'm trying to find out about a certain thing. So I'm obviously not talking about when they're a kid, but I do touch base on it. And like the one thing I hear often is like, or not even millionaire, let's just talk about like in general, like the best times were in the beginning when you were struggling the most. And like what I make sense of, like how I make sense of that is more so in the way of like people are happiest, or they're the happiest when they look back at the struggle, or like, hold on one sec, I gotta fix, I didn't, oh, it's literally, I had to shift my hip. It's much better. I literally fucked up the parking. Like it wasn't straight, it was curved. So that's fine now. Anyway, like what I hear the most is people are always happy post struggle. Like they always say, I wish I embraced the struggle more. I wish I did this. So when I get to make these videos talking about it, I'm also not coming at you from the victim's point of view. I will never be a victim of my situation. I think that's the biggest cope in the world. Like when people can't figure out for themselves how to get out, I'm a victim all of a sudden. That's not true. Dude, if you look at I've referenced this before and I'll say it again. If you looked at the probability of you actually being born, it's next to 0 and you're still here anyway. So you're telling me with that probability, we're all here with that probability, you're gonna give up because you're gonna fold? Like I like this concept of you're dealt a hand in life and some people are more better. The best part is some people think others are better off, but it's actually not true, because some people are born into the mediocrity where that's all they know, versus some people are born rich and that's what they know, and some people are born so broke where they have to become rich almost because they grew up in this environment, and it takes some certain individuals, but you can almost like step away and be like, I do not want to live like this. I am going to change my life. And you're already at the bottom, so there's nothing to lose. When you're in the middle, that's when you're most fucked, because when you're in the middle person always gets fucked the most, because they have enough to lose or it'll set them back, but they also don't have enough to win, where it's gonna, like, there's not enough motivation to be willing to take that risk to go over. So it's always like you're stuck there, and the person in the middle, the poorest and the richest of people are better off because they have the freedom of saying, the poor, they could go fucking figure a way out to get to Mexico if they really wanted to. The rich, they'll buy their private jet to Mexico. But the people in the middle, they're tied down by these certain things like a job and so on and so forth. So they only have a set amount according to their rules. I don't know, but just short form, what I'm trying to get at is you're not a victim of your life. Nobody's a victim. Your dealt the cards are dealt. What are you gonna fold on your life? Like, what are you gonna kill yourself because you didn't get born rich? No, go make yourself rich. We live in the best opportunity, like, of the world to change our lives, and you want to settle like that? That's not how that shit works.